Hello, beloved ones. Today we're continuing our conversation about the laws of spirit, a tale of transformation by Millman. This particular material we're working with for a series of Sundays, and it's truly a wonderful material and talking about the laws of spirit, which are universal laws and align with all of our unity principles. And we are truly living into this place of living our truth. And this week we're talking about the law of cycles, surrender, and unity. Now, each of these laws have their specific ways of unifying us into a higher realization. As we align to the truth of these laws and live according to them, we create a life where we live more powerfully aligned with truth. You know, in unity, we speak to the unity principles. If there's one presence and one power, God the good, that same power exists within each one of us. It is what we call the Christ consciousness, the light, whatever name you want to give to it, we call it the Christ consciousness. And that each one of us have the ability to create our reality by our dominant thoughts, feelings, and beliefs. And that which we focus on expands into the world. And then we recognize that our power to receive divine guidance and live according to divine order is in our willingness to turn to prayer, meditation, to open to that infinite where the connection is made. And then lastly is that we must live the truths that we know. It's great to have all these truths, but we must live them. And I really feel like when we align with the law of cycles, the seasons are a great example. The universe works through cycles, through the ebbs and the flows, through the full moon and the new moon, all the ways that there is a time when there is an energy that is rising and moving forward, and there's a time of sitting in stillness and receiving. There's a giving, there's a receiving. Everything is part of this infinite flow, the sign of the infinity with two equal parts flowing in and out at all times. Is an awareness of the law of cycles. And when I align to work with those cycles, rather than resisting or pushing against what is in the moment, then I find that I have an easier flow in that moment. I have greater ease with my success. Is this a time for reflection or is this a time for action? All of that is living into my truth with the law of cycles. And we also look at the law of surrender. Surrender is, we've often considered it a bad word in our language. Oh my gosh, I'm not about to surrender because that means giving up, giving in. What it really is allowing. It's accepting ourselves, it's accepting the cycles, it's accepting the nature of the universe as always a divine order, a higher will operating. And when I open and am aware of that and live from that, I am not in a passive state of surrender. I'm in a choice to move with the energy of the universe and be in alignment with it rather than resistance. So as a result, my surrender is a very active state on my part. It's where I'm living according to the higher plan, to the divine order of the universe. I'm trusting that something greater is happening here. And I'm surrendering to its guidance and its wisdom and allowing myself to move with that. So surrender is something different when we understand the law of surrender as something that is an awareness, a conscious choice, not a passive, oh, I give up. And I think it's very powerful when we start looking at the law of surrender as something that actually will achieve that which we desire. There's so much more in this rich material that we'll talk about on Sunday. And then there's the law of unity. And that is our oneness. That is our awareness that we are a part of each other. We are part of all things. There is only one presence and one power, as we say in unity. There is one God consciousness expressing individually as you and as me. And yet it is that one that is operating in all these billions of ways, through billions of cells, through billions of beings, through billions of creations. And when we recognize there's only one in existence, one presence, one power that is the source of all light, of all love, of all consciousness, of all movement, of all activity, then all of a sudden we transform. We transform because we don't see things as separate from ourselves. We don't see others as separate from ourselves. And we begin to feel into and through one another with the compassion and love and awareness. And we operate with a different kind of appreciation for the unity of all of existence. And so these are going to be the topics that we're sharing this weekend, with some fabulous stories and ways of perceiving these materials that change our lives, that move us through the constant of change, through the cycles, and where we start to live all these laws of spirit. The universe rushes in and supports us because we are in alignment. Excuse me, I want to sneeze here for a second. Excuse me. All right, so we go with the sneeze in the moment of the sneeze. And in this awareness, it's about allowing that universe to move us, the God consciousness, to fulfill itself in and through and as us. So we look forward to having you join us this Sunday at 10:30 a.m. in League City, Texas, 1911 Highway 3 South. If you've not been, this is a week to come to our living sanctuary as well. Outdoors, it's beautiful right now. The weather is just perfect and the sun is shining, and we're our pond. You can walk around our pond, sit on a swing at the edge of the pond, walk the labyrinth, experience the beauty and wonder, even in this season of winter. Even though it's not as vibrant as it might be in the spring when everything is green and growing or flowers are blooming, there's still those that are blooming. The trees and the birds are singing, and it is truly a place to behold the wonders of nature. And nature is our teacher throughout this series and throughout our lives. So come join us at Unity Bay Area, Houston. If you want to join us online, you can join our Facebook live stream or our YouTube live stream, both at 10:30 a.m. on Sunday, or watch us at another time. Either way, let us know you're here with us. Let us know you're part of this universal oneness that we're sharing, and this law of transformation, the law of spirits that are creating the transformation. Let us know, how is it working in your life? What are you noticing and experiencing? And how is it moving and shifting your own awareness of who you are as a divine spiritual being, living out this beautiful human existence with joy and wonder? We are truly in a time of transformation on our planet, and we're grateful for each one of you for joining us in the awareness and the experience of all the laws of spirit and aligning with them. God bless you, friends. Have a fabulous, fabulous week.